Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sunday. I drove all night, worked all day. I'm here just off Stillwater Avenue, and I'm at a very special place. Last year, this is where I came up to live in a tent. I had a generator, electricity. I came up, and the winter has pretty much wrecked everything. The tent collapsed, the tops collapsed, the wind blew everything all around. For those that don't know, this is where Ashley and I made our acquaintance. We first met downtown at the Big Apple about 1:30 in the morning, roughly around that time. But this is where I was staying when we first met. Back then, I had 3 pit bulls that I was taking care of for a friend. One of them went feral. That over there is the interstate. This down there is Stillwater Ave. This is the federal housing projects, law enforcement stay. And right directly on the other side of those trees, about 500 feet beyond the last set of trees, is Stillwater Healthcare. This is where I was having campfires. Underneath this pile of wood, there's a hole that I use for the campfire. Cut a few trees down. Used it for firewood. Cleaned this place up. For those that remember the videos from over a year ago, when I first came up here, all of this was like that over there. Very thick woods. I cleared it all off. I'm not sure how the sound quality is on this video, so bear with it if it's kind of muffled. This is the path that I made that takes me to Stillwater Ave. Over here is where I put the tops of the trees and the brush. This will all dry out this summertime, and it can be used for firewood. When Ashley and I picked up my stuff here, moved out, I had a cat, Bambi. Female Maine Coon cat, tiger mix. Here is where the generator was. I had it under a tarp. I had this small chicken wire fence to keep Bambi inside so she wouldn't run off and get lost. I used to take her up here and feed her during the summertime where the sun was. I don't know if the cans are still here. I gotta pick them up. Okay, there's a lid there, can there, a couple of them. I used to put her on a small leash and we'd go for a little walk. We'd come over here with this little fence, look down, watch the traffic go by. Looks down onto the roadway, you'll see it in a second. Every now and then we'd walk up over this little hill right beside the interstate, and Bambi would hunch down watching the trucks go by. What this video is actually representing is something very special, like I said at the beginning. And when I get back down to the seat, I want to take a few minutes to explain what that something special is. Something there's only 3 people on this earth that know about. Myself, Ashley, and somebody very dear to both of us. Alright, now, a lot of people know that when I first came up here, I intended to develop this land. I claim squatters' rights. It actually goes back several acres in that direction. But things didn't work out the way I anticipated. And let's just say that Ashley and I met, and over the course of a couple days, I ended up moving in with her. I was up here, and right here at the corner of this tent, right at that very corner, was a loaded 9mm PT-99 Taurus Parap Brazilian gun. It's a pistol. It's a small, medium frame pistol. And back then, I was very depressed, very hurting, and I was ready to swallow a bullet. Ashley prevented that in many different ways. So when I say this is a very special place, it really is, because this is where Ashley taught me that I do have life left in me. And it's a shame that I were to actually commit suicide up here. I was going to down at the waterfront and also up here. That's how lost I was. That's how low that I had become. I was looking back on my entire life and realized I spent most of my life alone, and that I have many more days behind me than I have left ahead of me. It started to weigh very heavily on me, and I became extremely depressed. I started drinking extremely heavy, and of course alcohol is a depressant, so being depressed and drinking, it brings you to your lowest point in life. Now I come up here, this is the 3rd time I've been up here since then. I look around, and I realized how very fortunate I really am. It's not every day a person gets a second chance at life. It's also not every day a person gets a chance to look back on their life and realize they have a very special woman standing beside him that's willing to help him through all of that. And that's what Ashley's done for me. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And the biggest mistake that I've ever made in my entire life was being alone all my life. It's no secret that sometimes I feel more at ease in the wilderness than I do in the big city. I was born and raised in the big city, Bronx, New York. I've traveled all over this country, every state, tens of thousands of different cities in my life. All told, I've got over 500,000 miles under my belt traveling. But I've always been fascinated with the wilderness, because in the wilderness, you're surrounded by animals, you're surrounded by forest, you're surrounded by quiet. Quiet appeals to me. Now that I know exactly where Ashley is and our baby, and I know they're both safe, even though she may hate it there, at least they are safe. It gives me a sense of hope, purpose. It gives me a sense of direction in life that I never really had when I was growing up. There is no question whatsoever that very soon Ashley will be back in my arms and we will raise our baby. And I will support our baby. And our baby will never have to live on welfare. That's a guarantee. But until then, I need to be strong for me. But most importantly, I need to be strong for Ashley and our baby. There's no alternative. There's no ifs. It's not a multiple choice. It's a necessity. I can honestly say on this video that since I was told the truth of where she's at and that she's okay, I can actually rest at night and sleep, close my eyes without fear. And when this person told me that when they talked on the phone, she mentioned she wanted to come back to Maine and be with me and raise the baby, that in my heart verified that she still loves me and that we are still a family. Ashley Jane Austin, our precious little baby girl, and myself. And that I will be the very proud dad to raise our baby with her. There is nothing in life that's more precious than that. Because that tells me that the promises she and I made to each other when we first met, and when we learned that she was pregnant, and when we put the rings on each other's fingers, when we made those promises, it just reinforces that those promises are still being kept. That makes me feel like a man again. Ashley Jane Austin, one day you will watch this video, hopefully extremely soon. Hang in there, sweetheart, as hard as that may sound. You're not going to be there forever, you know that. At the very latest, it'll be 7 months. I made a lot of phone calls and I've contacted a lot of people. There are people there in the city that you're in, and they're going to make sure that you're taken care of the right way. What that means is they're going to be monitoring what's happening to you there. They have their ways, sweetheart. One thing is absolutely certain. When you're released from there, I will be there. I'll be standing right there, the very first person, with my arms wide open for you. I don't know if you've had a chance to review any of my videos and posts or not, but as you'll see, I bought the baby a lot of gifts, things that I never had when I was a child, but I bought the baby a lot of gifts, and I bought you a lot of gifts. It's my way of doing the right thing, because no matter what, I will never be a deadbeat dad. I spent over $20,000 on attorney and investigator fees. It's all verified. I traveled from Maine to Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, New York, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Boston, all over the place since you've been gone. Been doing it to try to find you. Every time I got even a lead where you possibly could be, that's where I went. Now that I know where you're at, I know the exact street number, everything, the phone number. I can close my eyes at night and not have to worry about, are you okay? Is our baby okay? Your sister, Katie Lynn Grover, started a lot of crap. And I was told by certain members of your family that that's not uncommon. So I blocked her, Facebook, Messenger, etc. I still have the messages she sent to me, the evilness that she spoke, of how you recently told her you hated me, you didn't love me, that I did nothing but lie to you, that the baby wasn't mine. And at first it really hurt me, but then I realized that she doesn't know the truth about you and me. If she did, she wouldn't be saying those things. And I'm kind of wondering if that's the same sister that told you to go kill yourself. If it is, now I understand why you was crying that night when you told me about it. Ashley, no matter what happened in the past, always know that you and I are going to have one of the best futures possible. Because if anything, I think I've proven to you I'm not like the others that hurt you and take from you. Every single penny I get, I give you half. Everything I get, I give you half. And you already know firsthand experience that my abandoned building, I risk federal kidnapping charges for you. So as you can see, I'm not like the others. My goal in life is to be a man, not a manipulator. I've got to wrap this video up just to let everybody know that every now and then I'm going to come back up here and there'll be videos. One day I'll be able to make a video with me and Ashley standing right there, side by side, hand in hand, with our baby little girl. Please don't take this wrong, folks, but I need to reiterate this as best as I can. Now that I've been reassured where my sweetheart and our baby really is, all of my efforts, my focus is going to be on them, not on me. I'll be pulling a lot of driving jobs, which is what I do. And I'm going to ensure that Ashley and our baby never have to endure the life I've had to live. No one should have to live in fear. It's a hell of a thing to live in fear. But this is one man, me, who's going to make a solemn vow right now to everybody, so that in the future you'll have no doubt. Some people have questioned whether or not my past will interfere with Ashley's future. The answer is no. I will never become violent to Ashley. My hands have always been gentle to her. And that's the way it's going to be. Ashley Jane Austin and our precious little baby, I love you both very much. I love you both.